I was hyped and everything na may mga yumayaman, may mga nakabili ng sasakyan. Without knowing anything, I bought at the top. And then, I lost money from there. But I thought that if people are really earning money from this, there must be a way. What's up? Next year, a Gen Z Web3 community builder and trader. If ngayon lang tayo nagkita, I usually talk about wealth building, goals, and life in general. So tara, let's talk about untapped wealth building conversations as Gen Zs. Short background on what I do. I'm a retail trader and currently I trade in the Philippine market or the PSE. So paano nga ba ako nagsimula? It was back in 2017 during the Bitcoin bubble when I was enlightened about the financial markets. I was hyped and everything na may mga yumayaman, may mga nakabili ng sasakyan. Without knowing anything, I bought at the top and then I lost money from there. But I thought that if people are really earning money from this, there must be a way. So I did my research. That led me to technical analysis and eventually the stock market. I also traded the US indices in the US stock market. But ngayon, most of my trading funds is sa local markets lang. Pwede natin pag-usapan next time kung bakit. Pero next time na yun. So ngayon, up to now, up to this moment, I still trade the stock market, invest in crypto projects, and help people do the same through the community that I am in right now. But going back, when that happened, I was still a student. Nag-aaral pa ako at most of my time, I spent it in school. And maybe you too, since we're having this conversation. Knowing that, it means na number one, I didn't have a consistent stream of income aside from my allowances. I had side hustles back then, but it wasn't consistent to a point that I could really rely on those side hustles. Number two, I didn't have a big capital to boost my portfolio. So if you're familiar with trading, one way or another, your gain is gonna be relative to your capital. So sabihin natin na yung 10K mo, hindi naman magiging 50K yan bukas, at lalo nang hindi yan magiging 100K in a span of a week. So capital is still important. And number three, despite those 2 points, time was on my side. It was my edge. And if you're young, it's also your edge. Why? Kasi time is the greatest asset of all. Afford natin mag-take ng risk and afford natin to take our time to really study. Even if you don't study in the span of 3 years, you're still young. Makakapag-aral ka pa rin, right? We can afford to take risks and losses. I also had a few dilemma back then. Number one, I didn't know where to start. Sobrang daming free resources online, which is good on one end, pero at the same time, ang hirap i-distinguish which ones you have to focus on. It was a paradox of choice. Number two, I didn't know where or who to ask for help. So going back to 2017, 2018, mas less distinguished yung mga mentors or yung mga learning platforms dito sa Pilipinas. And me being a skeptic person with online stuff, it was really, really hard to decide and di ko alam kung maniniwala ba ako sa mga taong to. And all of that beside the point na trading is a less ventured path, especially sa Pilipinas. Number three, I didn't know what to exactly learn. All I knew was I wanted to earn from the market. Basic. So ngayon, with that context in mind, here are the things that I did. Of course, I had to do something with my desire to learn and to earn money. Number one, I just consumed the free resources. So I just really took my time to search info off of the internet. From all the blogs, videos, posts, websites, until I slowly found my steps into starting my journey in trading. From brokers, different systems, different trading styles, different markets, charting platforms, and everything else. Number two, staggered learning. Since I was still in school back then, with the mix of responsibilities in school and studying trading, it was really challenging when it comes to time allocation. I was also an athlete back then and an org officer, so it was kind of really challenging and most of the time, pagod na ako kapag nakaka-uwi na ako. So ang nangyayari, tuwing summer na lang ako nakakapag-aral or minsan, weekends na lang talaga. Number three, I opened an account with an online broker. now that I kind of had my foot in place, I decided to open an account. So it was COL tapos 1K pa yung minimum account opening nun. Number 4, I charted all day, every day. Or at least when I had the time. I had to put my learnings into actual application. Then number 5, I then eventually found a community. It was back in 2020. And noong mga panahon yun, mas nabigyan ko rin talaga ng time yung trading and studying trading because of the pandemic. I'd say it was also the year where my learning curve really grew faster. In hindsight, those are really the smoothest and most efficient na learning curve. So if I were to go back in time and talk to my past self, what I could have done better and what I would still do again, ito yung mga sasabihin ko sa kanya. And ikaw rin, let this help you. Baka may mapulot ka from my mistakes. Number 1, find a community or find a mentor when you can. And note lang na most communities and most mentors comes with a price. So if kaya ng budget, pag-investan mo talaga siya. Kasi before the money gains, we should really invest in knowledge. So may dadaan naman talagang learning curve. Expectation setting, trading is not easy. And it's a skill that you have to learn. Kaya it may take some time talaga. You can do it naman without help, katulad nung ginawa ko, pero it will take a lot of time. You have to figure it out on your own. Kasi yung mga aralin mo sa trading, marami nang gumagawa niyan. Madami ng professional traders, madami ng successful retail traders out there. And all you have to do is to ask for help. And marami rin na willing mag-pay it forward to help aspiring traders out there. The thing that you just have to look out for is you have to filter people. So madaming communities out there, madaming mentors out there. Just choose the community that resonates with your values and yung legit talaga na experience and marunong talaga yung nagtuturo. Number 2, ask for help. I didn't really appreciate this that much, not until I stumbled upon the community back in 2020. Pero the world belongs to the askers. You just have to ask the right people and you just have to ask the right questions. And ngayon, since mag-uusap na rin tayo, I can help point you to the right direction. Number 3, risk what you can lose. Actually, this applies to everyone in all ages. Wag nyo ilalagay yung buong savings nyo or yung pambili nyo ng bahay or yung pangkasal nyo. Please lang, wag. Losses in the financial markets are still inevitable even for professional traders. What more if you don't know what to exactly do in the market? Imagine, nawalan ka na ng pera, nasunog ka na trauma ka pa. Risk what you can only lose. Huwag matigas ang ulo. Okay? Okay. Number 4, slowly grow your capital. Earning is still relative to your capital. Like I said, hindi magically na magiging 50k yung 10k mo or yung 1k mo. No. So as a student with limited sources of income, and if you really want to take this seriously, slowly build your capital through side hustles. It will take time, pero eventually, you'll get there. And lastly, number 5, be patient and enjoy the process. Whether you like it or not, the learning curve takes time. Kasi there's more to trading than buying and selling. Andyan yung risk management, trading psychology, yung mga intangibles. You'll burn more money being impatient, buying and selling without a plan, and not knowing what you're doing. Trading may look easy kasi nasa bahay ka lang, pipindot-pindot ka lang ng buy and sell, but it's a skill that you really have to learn. And it could be a career as well. And kasama sa being patient, yung being aware of the shiny object syndrome. Don't just system hop, don't just market hop, just because you see a shiny object na, baka mas mabilis dito. It really takes time and may market cycles din kasi. So just be patient and focus on mastery. At the end of the day, it's a high-income skill na magagamit mo in the future. Regardless if trading ka pa rin or you're at the sidelines, observing lang kung ano yung ganap sa market. Kasi if you're gonna be frustrated na di ka pa kumikita and you just end up sitting by your computer all day, every single day, you're beating the purpose kung bakit ka nagtitrade in the first place, which is to attain more money, right? Financial freedom and time freedom. So dun pa lang, nakakompromise na yung time freedom mo. So for Gen Zs and millennials out there, bata pa tayo, let's just enjoy. Go out there then regularly and go touch some grass, people. So before we wrap up, ikaw ba, what's your biggest challenge so far when it comes to starting and trading? Drop it in the comment box below, DM me, or if may tanong ka na pwede natin pag-usapan next time. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and to drop a comment below as it definitely helps boost this video for us to reach more people na baka nasa same boat din. So that's it for today. Usap ulit tayo next time and catch you on our next Next conversation.